international lineup all the way from Canada. She's fantastic. She's superb. Give it up, please, for Katherine Ryan.
Hello. Hi, I love Glasgow. I have to tell you, it is one of my favorite cities in the world. I spent about a month here this year for work, and you're so friendly, so funny, just so good to me. Thank you for that. I'm a Canadian living in London, so I am not used to it. Not at all. That's what you and I have in common, obnoxious neighbors who like starting wars. Hey. Though my dad's from Ireland, that makes me half legend. Yes, ma'am. Or is it myth? Who knows? The Irish give their children too many names. Too many names. All I wanted to be growing up was Stephanie. Stephanie. No, I'd be playing in the garden, called in for lunch like this. Katherine, Mary Louise, Roisin, Ryan. I was not quintuplets. That was just me. There's too many names. It's brave as an Irish person to think of all the names you know and give them to your firstborn when you know you're going to have another baby every 9 months till you're dead. But we're here for the Commonwealth Games in Scotland. Well done. Sports are difficult for me. I have trouble following, and it has been a summer of sport, right? The World Cup, then Wimbledon, then the cricket, now Commonwealth Games. I have not been this confused and exhausted since I tried to win a holiday in Magaluf. Holy. I know. All I got was a drink. At that point, I wasn't even thirsty. I know a little bit about the British Empire until they lost it games. They started in 1930 and have been going ever since, with the exception of 42 and 46 when they were canceled because of the Second World War. But you, Glasgow, are powering through in 2014, right in the middle of Scotland's war against England. And I think that's very brave. I hope you win. Commonwealth, Commonwealth. That's like an oxymoron. Commonwealth. Or the original title for the television show, The Only Way is Essex. I don't know. In a poll conducted by the Royal Commonwealth Society, they found out that a quarter of Canadians would leave the Commonwealth. Half didn't know what it was, and the other quarter wouldn't answer the question because you didn't ask it en français. I know what it is. I know. It means like we fancy England, but England wants to keep seeing other people. That's cool. I guess in Canada, we try to model your political systems. That's one thing we do. Yeah, we had a mayor who famously smoked crack. He still couldn't manage to dick everything up as bad as your leaders. Another thing we didn't take is your class. We have literally no class. Canadians will eat poutine with our fingers. But we also don't have a class system. We genuinely don't. We don't. We have rich and poor people. We just don't think it's polite to keep reminding them what they are. But here, you're very organized. You're very like, oh, what are you? What are you? You're working class? What are you? What are you? You have to group things, like you've got socioeconomic Asperger's. What is that? Right? What am I? Well, let's just say we weren't rich enough to have a flag on a mast, but not poor enough that we had one in the window. What's that? In London, you have to choose. You have to, like, identify. There's working class, middle class, and Russian. You know, pick one. And we queue. We took that we queue, but we don't get powerfully excited about it like you do. I've seen people running to join a queue. They can't wait to get there. Right? Just running, just for the kid. There's no bus. The bus is off. The guy's not even in the bus. It's just like they want to get in 5 minutes of good queuing before they leave. They love that. Like, you're queuing for a bus, not a blowjob. Relax. We are obsessed with the royal family in Canada. Obsessed, though we have no idea what they do. The Queen's got to contend with Prince Philip. I like him. I know, he's not very PC. I've grown to like that. You introduce him to a tribeswoman with ears down to her armpits, tits down to her knees. He's not gonna say something bang on about deforestation, is he? You'd be disappointed if he did. It's one of the only British things we can count on, right? The economy's up and down, the weather's all over the place. Put Prince Philip in front of an Australian, he will use the word convict almost immediately. What about the young royals? Ooh, the young royals, they're so cool. Prince William in Canada was in our teen magazines. He was pitched to us like a heartthrob. Genuinely, he was shown to us like, ooh, Prince, I had posters of him on my wall. It was like he was in a boy band. One's Direction. He was very special. Not Prince Harry, though. They never mentioned him. He was just like the little ugly one following in the back, like, how the tables have turned on that. I don't want to be explicit, but what I would do to that kid, no military training in the world could prepare him for. Yum. That is the most successful change of luck story of a ginger orphan since Annie. Yes. Thank you so much for listening. Enjoy your Commonwealth Games. I'll see you soon. Good night.